Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we have got the art sneak peeks for Madden Mobile 21. We've been waiting for this one for a while, and I gotta be honest, it looks really good. So I'm not gonna make you wait too long, but there are a couple of things that I want to mention. Nick Messina did say during the stream that there will be gameplay coming. He has it recorded. He's in the process of kind of cutting it all together and then obviously getting approval to be able to post it. So that should be coming, he estimated, in about a week. It might be part of one of the normal streams on a Monday. It might be its own stream. Not sure yet, but he said in about a week. Another thing that he did mention is that there will be something with training points coming later this week. He didn't specify what, but he said there's going to be something with training points. And he said that because he was talking about the brand new head-to-head stuff in the game, I'm not going to really be talking about that in this video, but there is brand new head-to-head stuff in the game, and it's not players. You can get some training points, max badges, max stamps, all sorts of stuff there. So definitely go and check that out. But let's go ahead and get into the gridiron notes, which is what we're going to be looking at today instead of screenshots from the stream. I think this one should be a bit better, a bit easier to look at. But let's go ahead and get started. Of course, this is the one for art, and so the very first image here is of Madden Today. We've actually already seen this one, but we had Mo on the stream to talk about it, and we'll go ahead and scroll down. You can actually read what it says. It says the first image shown was of the Madden Today map previously revealed on an earlier stream. Mo went into detail on how the design came about from previous versions and how the goal was to make the icons and map itself pop to the user, which hints at the main idea of all of the art that we saw today and pretty much everything that Mo was saying about it. And that one thing is clarity. The whole idea of MM21 and its art is clarity. There were definitely a lot of things this year, especially with the art, that made it kind of unclear what was going on, what things meant, what things did. And the goal this year is clarity. You see that a bit with having things on the map and the map itself kind of popping out to the user, just saying, here's a map. That's pretty simple, but definitely you get hints at that. The next image, though, definitely looks at that a lot more, and it is Madden Today. Obviously, you see it is a lot different than what we are used to. You've got all the teams on the left side, and then you've got, some descriptions on the right side, and then you got your events in the middle going from the bottom of the screen to the top of the screen instead of left to right. A bit different. You've also got images there for likely the rewards that you would get from each event. Obviously, training points, experience, gridiron dust right there, and then also some badges. And we can go ahead and read what it says. It says the following image was a first look at the new team history map. As you can see, the map was redesigned to be clean and clear. Again, you're seeing clarity as the main theme. Rewards and your path are distinctly laid out for you in a concise format. An important note Mo mentioned is that you can access Team History Hub straight from the Madden Today map, making it a much smoother navigational experience. Navigation is something that I've complained a lot about in this year's game, having to go all the way to the home screen to get to your team, to get to leagues, to get to sets. As past years, we've just had a menu from the left side of the screen where you just swipe over, you get that menu, and everything is there. It was different this year, and it's not as good this year. I'm hoping it's better. But I think obviously this is a step in the right direction, being able to get to certain modes more easily, even if it's just Madden Today, being able to go through Madden Today to get to Team History, which you saw up right under the Falcons logo right there. You can see the Team History Museum, which I assume is how you get to Team History. But that is Team History, first looks right there. And the next image is the image that most people have been waiting for. I'm not going to hide it from you any longer. It is the players right here. So we've got a Lamar Jackson, and immediately they look amazing. I saw these and I said yes. I said these look really good. They look amazing. So first of all, there's more room for card art. This year we had, the nameplate at the bottom and then like a solid bar on the right side for all of the information, the overall, the power, the scheme, the program, all of that stuff. This year we're going to be having just the nameplate on the bottom, and then a transparent area on the right side where overall power and scheme are going to be able to go. I'm actually going to zoom in on this a little bit, and so we can just get a better look at it. Obviously, the Lamar Jackson on the right looks amazing, but the way it was described is that the base cards are just going to be extremely simple. It's going to have a plain nameplate. It's going to have the overall up there in a circle. Mo did say that he can't really talk about how those circles and shields and whatnot are going to be different for different tiers of players. Obviously, we're used to bronze, silver, gold, elite. This year we got diamond and of course onyx. Couldn't really comment on that. I would think that it would be different colors for each of those tiers, but as you see here, there's a 72 Lamar Jackson, which obviously going off his base is a gold card, but it has a different color gold to coordinate with, or correlate rather, with the promo that it's in, as does the program special, the 99 overall right there. And you can see all the different comparisons at the bottom, but obviously the big differences are card art, nameplate, and then like kind of breaking the borders of the card art. You see that a little bit from the program base, but a lot more in the program special, and then obviously the nameplate is a lot different right there. I'll even zoom in a little bit more just so you take a look, even a better look at that Lamar Jackson right there. I think it looks amazing. I'm a big fan of the card art right here. The nameplate, it has the program logo, and it has some card art around that, and then the font for the player name is different. You've got the white background there with the silver border. It all looks really good, and I'm really, really happy with how it looks, and I'm really excited to see what they do with all sorts of other promos. I mean, with a card like this, there's so much that you can do, and I think there's definitely more that you can do, especially compared to this year, where that entire part on the right side was just a black bar. But that is pretty much it for the players. The next image, and you can read at the bottom there if you need to, but basically rarer cards are going to have better card art. The next image is pack art, and this one I think is really, really cool too. To me, it looks a lot closer to console, not like any of the packs that we've seen before, and it seems a lot more similar to what you've seen in console. But again, comparisons, the base pack is just very simple, very simple plain art there, just the normal name at the bottom and then just a logo in the middle. The store pack, there's actually two different versions of it. There's one that you purchase with coins and one that you purchase with gems. Now, I don't know if the two packs are actually different, if their contents are different. That wasn't ever said, but they do have different card art based on how you buy them. So with coins, the player is like more in the card, in the art itself. It's contained within the pack, but with the one purchased with gems, the player is more outside of the pack, and it breaks the border of the pack. And I think that looks really cool. I think it looks amazing, and it just makes you even more excited to see the rest of the art this season. I'll zoom in on these as well just to give you an even better look again. It looks really good. Definitely let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I'm interested to know what you guys think. But I think this is looking like it could be the best art we've had in any Madden Mobile, just based off of these two images of a player and a promo card right there. And at the bottom there, you see a lot of what I just said, but it also mentions, again, to do with clarity, the better the pack is, the better the pack art is. So obviously the one on the right looks a lot better and a lot more interesting, special, important than the one on the left. So that's, again, working towards clarity of, like, making it make sense, where the pack that looks more important is more important and has more in it. So maybe that does mean that the one purchased with gems is better than the one with coins, but I'm not 100% sure. Next image here is going to be some collectibles. This was another thing that couldn't really be talked about super in depth, but we kind of get the format for some collectibles here. You obviously have the blank badge, shield, and banner, which, well, the badge looks like a badge, the shield looks like a shield, and the banner looks like a banner. there shouldn't really be any confusion there. And then with the emblems, they're all the same. All 4 of those are the same. Obviously, the color of the border is different. And then you've got the gridiron dust there, which is kind of a unique logo that we've never had something like, to my knowledge at least, in the game. But that's pretty much what there is there. The next image, though, I think is pretty interesting, and it is the you've got coins, you've got lineup boosters and reducers, and then lineup positions. The coins and the lineup positions weren't really talked about, but the boosters and reducers were. And they were looking at this year and they said it was kind of unclear. There was a bit of confusion when it came to the boosters and reducers. It wasn't easy to know which one's a booster, which one's a reducer, what they do. So what they've done is, first of all, they've continued to coordinate the colors, so blue is a booster and red is a reducer, but now they have added an arrow, and an arrow that will change. So if you look at tier 1 on the left there, it has an arrow pointing up, and in the arrow there's 3 sections. One section is filled in because it is tier 1, and then tier 3, obviously it has all 3 of the arrows filled up, and the arrow is pointing up because it is a booster. Also, it has the positions within the boosters, so you can tell just by looking at that one on the left, tier 1, you know that that is the tier 1 booster that will affect quarterbacks, halfbacks, and fullbacks. Very easy to understand, definitely easier than this year, which is what they're going for. And then obviously on the right side you got a reducer, and the arrow is pointing down to correlate with that. So I think they did a really good job here, just adjusting some things to make it more clear. And I will just mention the coins and the lineup positions. Nick Messina asked about that, especially the coins. He asked specifically about those, and Mo said that that isn't something that he can really talk about yet, but we will eventually know about it. So this actually is the last image for the sneak peeks. There is one more thing, I think, or 2 more things I wanted to talk about. You can read at the bottom there if you want to. Obviously the upcoming schedule, want to show this. The next one is going to be on July 20th. We're going to be talking about competitive and tournaments. Nick Messina did say that if you're interested in Overdrive or what they will be doing with that, that is the stream for you. So it sounds like they're going to be doing something, hopefully something different with Overdrive this coming season. I don't know what, but hopefully it makes it relevant. Hopefully it improves. But we will just have to see on that. There should be a new schedule coming out with more dates after July 20th. And again, I'll mention again, gameplay will be coming at some point, possibly during that July 20th stream, maybe in a different stream around then. Not exactly sure yet. And then at the bottom, I'll just show this account linking. Pause if you need to. You can get a free 100 overall and a max badge, I think, or a stamp. I don't even remember. If you haven't done that already, make sure you do that. But let's just go ahead and scroll back up and sit on, you can take a look at the packs right there, but I want to sit on these players right here. I think it looks really good. Obviously the program special looks insanely good, but I'm very interested to see what they do with each promo and how they correlate the color of the ring or the shield around the overall in position with that promo. That's definitely something to think about for people who love making custom cards. You now have the official card art for the game, so you can make cards for MM21 based on this. There are two more things I want to mention that were mentioned by Nick at the end of the stream. Actually, one of them was mentioned by Mo. He said before, at the end of that video, he said that him and a lot of the other people working on card art are always lurking in, the Reddit and the Discord too. Just in the community, they are looking at your feedback, they are seeing your feedback, and they're kind of taking it into consideration when they're making new card art, new promos, and all of that stuff. So definitely voice your opinions if you got some, because they do listen, they are there, they are lurking, they are reading what you have to say. The other thing was mentioned by Nick after the video at the end of the stream. Somebody just asked a question. I thought this was worth mentioning. The device requirements for the new app will be the same as the current app. He wasn't 100% sure, but he was 95% sure that the new app will not need any better of a device than you need right now for the current game. But that is all that they gave us for the art. It definitely looks good, especially the card art. I also really liked the pack art right here. I mean, it looks amazing. And it reminds me of console, which makes me think, makes me start thinking some things, especially having to do with the name of the game. But we'll sit on this for the outro. That is going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe as always, and I'll see you next time.